Hey there, everyone. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys 10 different books that every entrepreneur must read. And I'm really excited for this episode just because, as you guys know, I have so many books right here, and this isn't even all of them. I have more at the bottom here, and I have another shelf right next to me. And this isn't even all including the books from the library and the books that I listen to on audio. So yeah, I'm just really excited to share with you guys. And this video is especially for you if you're a young entrepreneur, an entrepreneur who's into personal development or spirituality, or even if you are a seasoned entrepreneur. And as long as you are mission driven and open-minded, then this video is for you. And if that is you, then go ahead and drop a hashtag I am a creator down below, because yeah, you are definitely a creator if you identify as one of those types of people. So yeah, before I dive into the first book here, just know that I do post daily videos now. So if you would like to tune into those, please hit that subscribe button. And another thing that I want to say, almost all these books I read twice. So yeah, you just know that they're that good. So the first one is Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. And I actually seen Donald Miller give a talk at Tony Robbins Business Mastery Conference, which I attended about 10 months ago. And this book just completely gave me a paradigm shift for how I view sales and marketing. And the way that Donald explains it, he talks about the hero's journey and how a lot of people, when they get into business, they position themselves as the hero. But what you want to do instead is you want to position yourself as the guide in the hero's journey, and your customer is the hero. And what you're doing is, you're providing them with a product or a service, which is like the plan, and then you call them to action, right? So you get on a Zoom with them or you consult with them, and you call them to purchase your products or your services. And that's just the beginning, because once they say yes, then you're on a journey to help them actually succeed. So yeah, this just completely shifted the way that I think about sales and marketing, because with that paradigm in mind, you're going to be marketing and selling to your audience a lot differently. And so he talks about in the book all the ways that you can structure your content and your website, and how to really simplify your messaging, and how to really insert your story in that messaging, because that's what people are going to resonate with. Because people don't buy just any product. They buy stories and emotions and feelings. So this is the first one. And the second one is Ask and It Is Given. Now, I love this one because this one just really teaches you how to manifest your desires. And I was actually only a third of the way through this book when I manifested my first high ticket sale in my business. And so, yeah, it just completely shifted the way that I think about it, because it really ties into metaphysics. And so what the authors do, Esther and Hicks, what they do is they give you 22 different processes that you can follow to actually manifest your desires. So just from this book, I made a vision board, and I started telling myself that money is attracted to me. And that's part of the reason why I manifested that high ticket sale. And it really dives deep into metaphysics. They talk about the universal laws and how that really governs our time, space, reality, and how you could take advantage of that and really ask the universe for what it is that you want. And then once you become receptive to receiving the answers, then the answers will just come to you. And yeah, I really started feeling more abundant after reading this book, because abundance is kind of like a shower. It's always running, it's always there, but it's your choice to step into that. And this book teaches you how to do this. And the third book, I actually don't have a physical copy of, but it's Expert Secrets by Russel Brunson. I believe the audio is free on YouTube. And so what I really love about this book is that it shows you how to get paid with your expertise, and how to actually increase your impact and your reach and your influence. And it really gives you technical strategies for how to do so, and really dives deep into the funnel structure and how how you can implement this into your business. So after reading this book, that's really when I implemented funnels into my YouTube channel. And that's how I was able to go full time with it without having to rely on the YouTube monetization program. And by the way, if that's something that you're interested in as well, I do have a free mini course out, which you can sign up for down below. And that's really my gift for you. But a lot of it does come from Russel. And so I took that and I implemented it towards YouTube. So that's a really excellent book. You don't just need to apply that to YouTube, all the stuff in the book. You can really apply that to any online business. So highly recommend that one. So the next book is Change Your World by John C. Maxwell. Now, I just love this book because it just really opened my mind to the possibilities and what one person can really do to change the world. And what it also helped me to do is to really see the big picture, because now I see the ripples of, the actions that I am taking, and I see how that extends far beyond myself. And so, yeah, it just teaches you how you can make a big impact, and it actually equips you and gives you the mindset and the strategies to actually take action. And the cool thing is that you don't have to be rich, you don't need to be famous or anything like that to really create the change that you wish to see. So yeah, it's really about being the change that you wish to see. And so yeah, this book just really opened my mind. At the time, it really inspired me to create another video, which I'll link up here. But yeah, excellent book, highly recommend. So that's that one. This one is the next recommendation. It's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And this was actually the first like personal development book that I read. I bought it in high school, and yeah, I've read this book so many times, because the reason why this is good for entrepreneurs is because you're going to be dealing with people a lot, and not just dealing with people, but a lot of times, notice how it says influence in there. Influence is really big for being an entrepreneur, because a lot of times you're going to be influencing people to purchase your products or your services, and you have to prove that that they're actually going to benefit from your products and services, and that it's right for them. So yeah, it talks about that, and really just all the things that you need to know to be like a good conversationalist, stuff about making good first impressions. And the big one too is it also like really introduced me to leadership and all the traits that a good leader has. So this book is golden. Like, I'm looking at it right now, I have so much highlighted, so highly recommend this book as well. Now, the next one, I lied. This isn't the first one. It was actually this book, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. I actually read this book when I was in elementary school. I actually didn't finish it. I actually probably got like 3/4 of the way through, but I read this in elementary school. And oh my gosh, like I had like a little mini spiritual awakening as like a 10 or 9-year-old. I forget how old I was, but it really shows you how to take control of your life. And there was this one story in there that just really shook me as like a little 9-year-old. And that story was about how there was an alcoholic father, and he had 2 sons, and one of the sons turned out to be just like his dad, like an alcoholic, but the other one turned out to be nothing like his father. Like, he never drank alcohol, and he was really successful in life. And so they asked the 2 boys, like, like, why did you end up the way that you did? And they both had the same answer, and that's because they said that, well, how could I not turn out this way with that type of father? So that just really like blew my mind. Like, wow, like we are really in control of our life, and we can choose to create our own reality. So yeah, just coming from the background that I did, that really gave me, like I said, a little mini spiritual awakening. Another thing too, this is good for business as well. Let me see, this is about mental, emotional, physical, and your financial destiny. And this really ties into business because Tony talks about how people are motivated by pain and pleasure. It's kind of like the carrot and the stick analogy. Some people are motivated by pain, others they're more motivated by their desires. And this is important to understand as an entrepreneur, because you have to understand where your customers are coming from. So when I'm working with clients, some of them are really motivated by pain. So, I'll tell them, like, do you want to continue to be in the same position that you're at, like stuck, not achieving X results? So I really identify that with people who are motivated by pain, but with the ones who are motivated by pleasure, I really talk about all the benefits and all the desires. And I'm like, well, don't you want to achieve this? Like you say that you want to achieve this, this, and this. Like, don't you want to get to that heaven island? So yeah, this is why this is really good for business people. And yeah, just Tony's whole notion that business is a spiritual game, like that just really changed the game for me, because after you think of business that way, then it becomes that. It becomes so much more enjoyable and it becomes divine. So highly recommend this book. The next one is a classic, Think and Grow Rich. Now, this is actually like the best-selling success book that there is. A lot of entrepreneurs already read this one, and if you haven't, well, then read it because it's really popular. But I like this one too because it really dives deep into manifesting as well. And Napoleon, he really dives into the subconscious mind. It's called Think and Grow Rich. So you got to really be in control of your subconscious mind and use manifesting techniques to actually get what you want. So yeah, he talks about, using desire, like you have to have a desire for what it is that you want. He talks about having faith, the power of masterminding. And yeah, he gets kind of spiritual in here too, not in like the woo-woo sense, but he talks about like universal intelligence and what that can do and how to tap into universal intelligence. So how to kind of get answers. It kind of ties into ask and it is given, but there's just one really good manifesting quote in there where you say a date and like it goes like, by this dates, I will have X amount of dollars and I'll get this by doing this, this, and this. And if you read that to yourself like every day before you go to bed and before you wake up in the morning, then you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. And so what you'll do is your actions throughout the day will align with what it is that you're trying to achieve, and that will help you to actually close that gap. So this is very powerful, really powerful techniques, and I highly recommend this one. Now, the next one is one that I'm reading right now in a little book club. It's called The Power of Now. And this book is all about being present and really leaving that false sense of self that we created, right? The ego, and all about how we're not our mind. And so the reason why I bring this up is because you cannot achieve affluence and wealth for yourself if you are not present. Right. And even if you do, it won't be long lived. And not only that, but just being an entrepreneur on this journey, you want to be present because you want to enjoy it. You don't just want to be focused on the future and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, or even the past. Like you want to be anchored into the present. And so another benefit of this as an entrepreneur is that it'll really slow down time for you. And why would we want to slow down time? I'm sure many of you guys have heard like older people say like, oh, I just blinked and I was 80, that's scary. I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's very scary. And so as an entrepreneurs, we're really caught up in our day to day, working and working, but we need to learn how to take those moments to be present and how to really quiet the monkey mind and just be present with ourselves, because when we do that, the process becomes, like I said, more enjoyable. And yeah, you'll just enjoy the fruits more of being an entrepreneur. So this is a really important skill, and this is an amazing book. Like I said, I'm reading it now, but I'm gonna need to read it again because it's that good. The next book is The Underdog Advantage by Dean Graziosi. And I love this one. Oh my gosh, this was such a good book. It's all about how to turn your like challenges and failures into your greatest advantage. And it just really teaches you how to unleash that hunger and that drive within yourself and how to really feel seen, heard, and understood. And I love this one because what I've learned is that a lot of entrepreneurs, not all of them, but a lot of entrepreneurs went through some sort of adversity, and now they're using those challenges as like a strength. They're using it as like fuel to leverage them. And so if you're somebody who had adversity in your life, not just in your childhood, maybe even later in life, it's all about how you can kind of transform that energy into your greatest strength and your greatest advantage. So when I read this, like, oh my gosh, like it just put everything together, connected all the dots. And this is when I learned like where my drive came from, because like for me, a lot of my childhood adversities and traumas were really suppressed, like deeply suppressed. And I always wondered like, why am I so driven than like compared to like a lot of other people? it's like I'm almost wired for success. And then this book really helped me uncover that for myself. So that's that one. And finally, we have the last one, and this is The Four Agreements. And oh my gosh, this is one of those books too that you just need to read over and over again. And it's all about overcoming your limiting beliefs and just really experiencing a reality in a different way. So there's four different agreements. I'll just summarize them here. The first one is you want to be impeccable with your words, because remember, like, your words are like seeds. So the seeds that you plant are going to grow into your reality. So our thoughts, really dictate our actions, and then that's going to affect the results that we experience in life. So you want to be impeccable with your words. That's the first one. Second one is don't take anything personally. And this one's really important because a lot of times our reality or what other people do is just a reflection of their own reality. So you can't take things on a personal level. You just need to understand that people are experiencing reality different than you. And they don't see everything that you do. Like, they don't have the same perspective. So that's the next one. Third one is don't make assumptions, because a lot of pain in life comes from the assumptions that we make. And you have to question those assumptions and be like, is this really true? So that's the third one. And then the fourth one is just to always do your best from moment to moment under any circumstances, right? You just want to do your best. And when you do that, I mean, you won't be filled with regret at the end, because at least you know that you tried. And this one, like I said, is good for entrepreneurs because it really gets rid of those limiting beliefs and helps you to really appreciate and change the way that you experience your reality so that there's less pain and just more pleasure. So those are the 10 books, and I'll say it again, a lot of these books I read twice, so you know that they're good. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it to the end and you haven't already, go ahead and drop a hashtag I am a creator down below, as well as sign up for that free mini course that I have out, because that is my gift for you. And just be sure to tune in every day now for new videos. And thank you for staying until the end. Much love to you all.